I love how compassionate you are to me. You love me so much, even when I'm being difficult. You have always seen the good in me and encouraged me that I can do it. I'm capable. I'm worthy. I'm beautiful. Go for it. You have always brought the best out in me and encouraged me to be a better person, to always have the highest character and integrity. I have blossomed so much and grown so much from knowing you. You are the best blessing I have ever received. I love your heart, your purity. I love how pure you are and how pure your desire to be, how pure you desire to be. You want God and all that God has for you, and I love that about you. I love how honest you are about what's going on. You keep it real, but are gentle and wait on the Spirit to move. I love that you're a dreamer, but not just a dreamer, a make-it-happen dreamer. I am also so thankful for you and for the life that God has for us. You have so much love in your heart for me, for our children, for anyone who needs love. You are a teacher, a speaker, a proclaimer of all things good. I love your view on life. The cup is always full and overflowing. I love how you motivate me to seek God, to pursue relationships with women. You motivate me to do the things that will make me grow and heal. You are very adaptable and you welcome change, yet you are the one who impacts others so intensely. Your presence is undeniable. You leave a mark of influence everywhere you go, which encourages others to follow their dreams, their hearts, to be better people themselves. You are free to laugh, to be exactly who God made you. Thank you for following God and seeking Him and leading me. Thank you for protecting me and praying for me and encouraging me. Thank you for all the awesome ways that you have worked with God to heal me and help me blossom. I feel very safe with you. I feel protected by you. I feel loved by you. I feel cherished by you. I feel beautiful. I feel needed. I feel wanted. I feel valued. You have allowed me to feel all of those things. I am so excited about where God is taking us. I am so excited about ways that God is going to grow you. You have grown a lot, even in the last year, and I'm really excited about our journey and where we are going. Thank you for your life, your character, your freedom, your wild heart, and for sharing that with me and helping me to find all those things in myself. I love you. I love the stability and peace you always have. You immediately see when the enemy is operating and you refuse to let him have it. You are always able to remain calm and at peace. No matter what there is, there's always an answer. Let God show us what to do. I love that peace. You are patient. You waited for me for 2 years. You waited on me again to open up and communicate with you. You've been waiting on God to build this house. This is His strength in your patience. You are very wise, and I love this about you. You make wise decisions, as wise as you know to do in all cases, whether big or small. You decide to protect your mind and choose carefully what you allow to enter your spirit. This is wisdom. You are building a house debt-free. This is wisdom. You are such a hard worker. I love this about you. You don't like to be idle. You like to get a lot done. You are a get-it-done kind of guy. It amazes me sometimes the things that you do and how you do it. I love this about you. You are friendly and you never meet a stranger. I like how interactive and communicative you are. I love your strength, your fearlessness, your courage, your passion, your abilities, your desire to let God lead your life. You are awesome. I love you so much, and I hope that I can be as much of a blessing to you as you have been to me. Stuart had this by his bed. He's had this by his bed, his pillow for a year, and I just happened to see it the other day, and that to me that just absolutely encompasses everything that Stuart was. But that's not Stuart. That's God in Stuart. That was God in Stuart. If you want to see a picture of God, that was a picture of God. That is God. And I pray for everybody in this room. I pray that if you need that in your marriage, that God will give that to you. I speak over every marriage in this room, that God will give you that God will fill you, that you will allow God to fill you with His glory, with His love, with His purpose, with His wisdom. Let Him fill you with His love so that you can have that in your marriage and you can touch every life around you with that. One thing about Stuart, he lived every day like it was his last. Like, you cannot say about him, well, he didn't do a whole lot. Like, he lived every day like it was his last, with boldness and fearlessness and courage and passion, just a wild, free heart. Like, Braveheart is our favorite movie because that just encompasses just the spirit of just freedom. He was all about freedom, and you gotta have that. You gotta just love that about him, and you gotta have that for yourself. But I have to tell y'all some of the really cool things that have been happening since this happened last Saturday. And let me just tell y'all that it is nothing but the power of God that I am able to stand before you today. I watched his death. I stood over his body, and I tried my hardest to bring him back to life. I did everything I knew to do. Everything. I spoke every scripture. I did everything that I knew to do. And I asked why. I was ready to kill myself. I physically did not think I was going to be able to survive the night. I had women hugging me and surrounding me for 48 hours, just helping me breathe, helping me breathe. Just help me breathe. I can't. He was my love. He was my flesh. He's my everything. He is my life. He is my everything. He's my soulmate. I physically did not think I was going to make it through the night. That is my flesh. My flesh. My flesh. My flesh cannot survive this. God came in on Monday, and God has filled me with his presence. Y'all, I've never experienced God ever like this before. God has never been so real to me, ever. I've never experienced anything like this ever in my life. Somebody told me, they said, you have experienced the most horrific pain imaginable. Other than the fact that you could have lost your children, you have experienced the most horrific thing imaginable. And when that happens, the pain that you feel, God comes and he infiltrates your life, he infiltrates your body, and he just pours himself into you like never before. And he has done that for me. He came in on Monday, and I just feel infused with the strength and the power of God. He has given me understanding. I feel like God has given me understanding even why this has happened. And I know we can't ask that question. We can't. There's no point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who caused this. It doesn't matter why this happened. It doesn't matter why. It does not matter. What matters is that God is going to be glorified, and that I have a choice. I have a choice. I can either choose life or I can choose death. I can either allow this to make me crumble and die, or I can allow God to be my rock and my salvation, and I can allow him to carry me through this. His word says that he is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. In him will I trust. He is going to carry me. He is going to carry me through this. He already has. Monday came. All of a sudden, I started having understanding, and the Lord gave me this. The Lord showed me that all throughout the beginning of time, God has used death to bring life. He always has. He uses death to bring life. Unless a seed falls into the earth and dies, it remains by itself alone, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. God used Jesus Christ, he used his death to bring life. The more powerful a life, the more powerful a death. Stewart has had a powerful life. Therefore, God can use him to create life through his death. And I truly believe, I don't know why, I don't have any idea why, but I know that God wants to use this. He's going to use this for good. He is going to use this to bring life out of tragedy, because that's what God does. God brings triumph from tragedy. He brings beauty from ashes. And, we've been married for 8 years, and actually this week was our anniversary. Tuesday was our anniversary. And I don't think that's coincidence. I just don't. I think that one day I'm going to look back at this, and the Lord is going to show me, he's going to show me some beauty. He's going to continue to show me beauty. And I truly believe that with all my heart. And it's really wild because, we've been married for 8 years, and there's been times when I've thought about his death. I mean, I'm sure every wife, everybody, you think about your spouse dying and everything. And yes, I've thought about his death. But because of that, I would say, Stewart, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. I want to be with you. Wherever you are, that's where I want to be. And Stewart's like, Rachel, it's okay if I die. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. You don't need me. You need God. You don't need me. I am not your rock. I am your husband. I am your protector. I'm your provider, but I am not your rock. You need God. And so we actually prayed about that. We actually prayed together that God would help me learn to trust God as my rock. We've actually prayed that. I've actually received some healing and some strength in this very issue that I'm dealing with right now from my husband, that he's prayed for me, that I would have strength to let God be my rock. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that that's what Stewart would want for me now, is that I let God be my rock. And it's really cool that last week or 2 weeks ago, his grandmother died, And we got to see his entire family. They're all from South Dakota. We didn't see his immediate family since Thanksgiving, but then before that, there was his extended family we hadn't seen in a long time. And they were all there 2 weeks ago. They were all there. We got to see them all. Not only that, but Stuart and I got to talk about what we would want done with our bodies. We're sitting around, like, watching his grandmother, and it's like, I wouldn't want to be buried in the ground. What a waste of space, like, I'd rather be cremated. And I was like, this is what I would do with my ashes, And he was like, well, what would you do with my ashes, And I was like, this is what I would do with your ashes. And he just smiled, and he was like, that's it. So it's like there's little things that God's done to kind of prepare the way, and I